Today we'll be reacting to villains I have on Fraud Watch. This is number 3. I have not seen the first one, so if this video does well, we'll go back watch the other 2. You feel me? But we'll just give this a test run. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank y'all for 300 subscribers. Appreciate it after the rough beginning of the year. That means a lot, and I thank y'all for that. But yeah, thank y'all for that. The new goal is to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the month. Yes, we are going. Not. Did I say end of the month? I'm at end of the year. End of the year. It is. We are in the middle of June. The goal is 500 subscribers before the ball drop. And once that happens, well, 2027, let's just say it's going to be a big year. 2027 is going to be a big year. But without further ado, thank y'all for 300. But this isn't no 300 subscribers special. That won't come until the 500 or 1,000. So without further ado,
Man, I did not think there was more. But every time I go back to think or experience a piece of existing media, I always find another one. Not even just that, but they are still being written and released to this day.
So,
Villains
I would know if I watched the first one. What do you mean by Fraud Watch? Are you talking about evil? Are they as powerful as we thought? You know what I'm saying?
I have on Fraud Watch Part 3. If you haven't seen the first 2, please do so.
No. Homelander's on Fraud Watch? Please don't tell me you're one of those people that said the final fight sucked. No, don't piss me off. No. Homelander is a top 10, maybe even top 5 villain of all time, bro. Don't piss me off.
I never thought I'd make a video trilogy, let alone have it be for this topic. But Homelander completely crapping the bed in the Boys series finale made me want to do this.
Yeah. Okay, so he's one of those that hates the finale because there's not cool massive explosions. Which granted, yeah, they shouldn't be advertising as that, and they did promise for sure. Y'all are right about that. But come on, bro.
Typically, a character this popular and iconic will be shooed in to the last spot for build-up. But he the main reason I even want to make another one of these, bro. We getting straight to the bit.
Give me straight to the bits, bro.
Homelander was the main villain of The Boys. I shouldn't have to explain this show too much. I'm pretty sure Watcher and LARPers are familiar with it alike. Whether you thoroughly watch this series or you're just a weird guy who LARPs and dick rides the deep in Homelander, I love the jokes, but I started to see you niggas call them innocent. Let's not push it too far, my guys. They're both.
Homelander is not innocent, neither is Deep. The Deep's whole character art is just never changing. That's the point of this.
Canonically rapists, but everyone here should mostly be familiar. The series takes place in a world where superheroes are real, and instead of being like the Justice League or Avengers, shoot, not even the X-Men, and saving people because of their moral obligations, they be faking them hoes.
Cut! Holy fuck.
Most of the saving done by them is staged, and they work more as celebrities than actual heroes. Working under this company named Vault that created all of them in a lab by injecting them with this thing called Compound V. And obviously, as it goes with Hollywood celeb biz like this in general, this leads to a complete disaster. The majority of these suits are ruthless. They be out here doing whatever they want, whenever they want, because of their power. Nobody can really stop them for real, especially the more stronger one. And when they do get caught up, the Vault company just covers it all up and makes it one big conspiracy. This is bar for bar what our US government been doing for centuries.
I'm not a big fan of the government.
This is like watching a documentary, my guy. But the guy we see do the most heinous stuff by far is Homelander. For 4 seasons straight. And yes, I do mean that. Homelander was really the most menacing villain I've ever seen in television. I mean, the guy really had it all. Leader of the Seven, one of the biggest names on planet Earth, titty breast milk, and he was the most powerful. He's literally their version of Superman. It doesn't get much better than that. But what he wanted most was everyone to love him. Even with all the stuff he was given, he always felt as if he was never truly loved and appreciated by everyone, which mainly spearheaded all of his evil actions, such as killing multiple people over petty stuff, to his worst crime, which was raping Butcher's wife. He had a fragile ego, which would cause him to act out of the blue and do a bunch of crap. I swear, man, after you find out what Homelander is really about in season 1, lasering down that plane with that father and son in it, it was up from there. There was no real way for me to think of a method for Butcher and the boys to take him down. But eventually, as we all see at the end of season 5, his crazy ass was beaten. This isn't me calling him a fraud because he lost. No. That wouldn't make sense. A lot of you be trying to point out that most villains are made to lose, which is true. A lot of them are completely built up to eventually lose.
That is true. That is true.
This is inevitable in 90% of fictional writing. But in my eyes, when I make these takes, this is more about their personalities and them thinking they're overly tough, or the context and fashion of how they were defeated that makes them frauds. And Homelander might be the worst case scenario because the dude embodies both of these aspects. By season 5, Homelander's madness notched from 10 to 10,000. He got so deep in that he started to try to appoint himself as America's new god. He essentially became the Antichrist.
What's so
Don't
funny
take this the
about
wrong
this?
way. I am a real God-fearing man, but I like this for his character because it was a great curveball. At the end of season 4, I thought the highest he wanted to be was president, but showing in this Antichrist arc was low-key a genius move, just showing off how off the rails and in need of love and attention he really was, and how far he would go to get that. So at this point, he's basically president and is about to tell America that he is the new savior on Easter Sunday. He had a special place in hell for this. These games shall not be played. During the broadcast, Butcher barges in, and after some light taunts, they straight up get to boxing. Butcher and Kamiko trying to pin him down so Kamiko can blast him with her new radiation power.
He is going to talk about that fight. Oh, brother.
Of Soldier Boy. But Homelander not going for it until Ryan, the son that he had due to assaulting Butcher's wife, jumps in the fight. And after a pretty solid fade for this show's standards, Butcher and Ryan are holding him down, while Kamiko blows him away with her blast, causing all the Compound V within Homelander's blood to disappear. Just like that. He don't think he's cooked though. The first thing he tries to do.
Oh, so you're not saying he's a fraud of the fight. You're saying he's a fraud for being, because when he doesn't have the powers. Yeah, that's the whole point of his character. He is a fraud. I thought you were just saying as a threat. Okay, hold on. I might be a little confused. I thought you were saying as a threat. When Homelander had his superpowers, he was a level 10 Avengers level threat. No doubt. But that's the point. When it's all said and done, when he doesn't have the powers, he's supposed to be a fraud.
When he gets back up, is laser Butcher down, but he constipated. Absolutely nothing comes out of it. Started hopping around trying to fly away, then tried to juke Butcher to escape. My guy A-Train was right. Homelander is an absolute weasel out his powers, moving like DJ Khaled, my boy. What does he do? Of course, since he got hands, Butcher starts cooking the heck out of Homelander, and as he's beaten up on the ground, he starts crying out from his knees for forgiveness.
How you treated me like a fucking psychotic. That's fucking hilarious.
He's offering up everything for Butcher to spare his life, bro. He's saying he can have a shapeshifter act as his dead wife. He'll give him the Vault Company. Said that he will give him Sloppy Toppy.
I'll fucking suck your dick, please. I'll do anything.
He even offered to eat his dude. This dude is a degenerate, bro. You know how crazy you gotta be for these to be your offers? He was making people do this type of stuff off stream for his amusement. Butcher don't care though. So he takes his crowbar and opens his skull up on live television, going out this sad. It's very deserving. Out of all of season 5, this is like the peak cinema of the season. And this ending already does enough to put.
That's how he had to go to, because some people would have said, it's better if he stayed alive. But then he's going to be hunting down Compound V. And he gets that shit, boom, we're right back to where we originally were. Where you had to kill him off. You have to.
Homelander on Fraud Watch. But what makes his case even worse is that the dude could have won many times over and over and could have dodged this from happening. For instance, the tunnel scene when the boys were being chased down by the Seven. That was a prime moment for him to kill them all, or at least butcher, bro. This is season 2 before the Temp V arc. Season 4, he could have had Huey licked down. He was hiding in a vent right above him, and he somehow fumbled that. He fumbled trying to hunt them down and kill them many times.
Now you're losing me again. Now you're
it's not like that matters. Because even when he's face to face and knows he can get away with murking them on the spot, he still ain't do it. Had nearly the whole crew in the prison camp, meeting with them to do all this trolling and whatnot. And guess what? Still ain't do it. He tried to for real this time, but he ain't do it though. Season 5 might be the worst case solely because of how he handled the Herogasm fight back in Season 3. He was able to hang with not only Temp V Butcher, but also freaking Soldier Boy, who was the overpowered suit. He is literally as strong, if not stronger, in some cases than Homelander.
Bro.
He just lacks the abilities Homelander has, like being able to fly amongst other things. But that don't matter to me, bro. He's strong as hell. This 2v1 essentially becomes a 3v1 because Huey joins the club with his Temp V teleporting powers. So surely on first watch, you think he'll be beaten right here, or at least something crazy would happen, but he overpowers all 3 of these MFs and flies away scot-free. But 2 seasons later, with V1 in his veins, which is the best form of compound V you can possibly attain, making one practically immortal, he is simply floating around the room like a rubber ducky in the bathtub, and is having way more trouble in this fight than the Herogasm one, and proceeds to actually lose here. This fraudness is madness, man. And to be fair, it's probably not even his fault. This really all just chalks down to inconsistencies from the writers. But this just simply cannot be intentional. They were forgetting how strong his power set really was mere scenes after he took the Elon Musk guy into space in seconds. I thought V1 would be like steroids, but apparently it didn't buff his stats, just made him immortal. You know what, bro? I guess. Moral of his story, my dogs, is don't play with your food for 5 seasons straight. If you can cook your ops, do it within the first few chances. Cause this nigga was sparing his great demises for amusement. The only one he got was Frenchie. He clearly didn't want it bad enough. Guys, you spare your ops too many times and they gonna have you on live television looking like these. Get that nigga, man! I literally scrapped this guy out of the first Fraud Watch vid because the Sonic franchise has many frauds. Simply due to Sega just not giving a frick. But mostly because I didn't think he was known enough. But I've seen a few mentions of the guy in comments of the first 2 videos. So we gotta talk about it. Infinite was the main villain in Sonic Forces. That's already an issue right there, bro. I do not want to talk about Sonic Forces. This whole was legit a Sonic the Hedgehog reskin of something like Temple Run. Released to consoles as a AAA title. And to think that I put this game on my Christmas list in 2017 is nuts. I opened up the present and saw the Switch, then got happy. Then saw Super Mario Odyssey and was confused. Mama, I wanted Sonic Forces. Why you give me his 9-to-5 working toilet plunging op? How that saying go? Mother always knows best. I'm happy she a Mario fan, man. She clutched up with this one. I'll never forget it. Cause when I finally got around to playing Sonic Forces,
Mario,
I would about kill somebody. To think that I even wanted this game over Mania at point 2. What was 12-year-old T thinking, man? I'm finna go back in time and beat my little stupid ass. Back on topic. He was the main villain of this wretched automation game, with some of the craziest abilities up to this point in the Sonic franchise. He was able to warp reality and create illusions on some Mysterio and Scarecrow type stuff. Honestly better, because he was legit creating enemies, weapons, and entire locations with this power. They're trying to act like these were illusions, but I don't know, bro. If you touch this stuff in the game, you dying, so it can't be fake. It can't be. But he can't just do this at will, though. He has to have the Phantom Ruby on him. Hey, what's up with these animals and these rocks, bro? He crazy, though. He legit had all of Sonic's core ops pull up on him to jump him, and even made him run the ones with a few. So yes, Infinite is very OP. On paper, that is. See, Infinite has these crazy good abilities, but the reputation that sticks with the character is that he's a complete loser. Like, he can't really win to save his life. Off of pure memory alone, the only person I can positively say he gave the work to was freaking Silver. And this wasn't even because he was better. Sega just had to make him look weak so they can throw an aura live to Sonic. Because if anything, this should be a prime matchup for Silver, bro. At his true worst, this is a mirror match. I don't care what anyone says. Silver should have won this hoe. In episode Shadow, the DLC that takes place before the game, he gets whooped by Shadow. I know, right? Big shocker. I'm so surprised. Look at this nigga. We knew this was gonna happen. Obtain the Phantom Ruby in multiple fades. He gets outdone by your OC, who has No powers, by the way. No powers. Our nigga is jacking it with a Wispin and a utility belt. That's basically a furry version of Batman. And he already a furry, kinda. And was somehow able to put work on a reality warper. Then in the end, you use modern Sonic and the OC to jump this dude into oblivion. Man, this nigga sucks! I am so sorry if y'all don't agree with this take, but I cannot stand it when one of the final battles in a Sonic game doesn't require you to use the Chaos Emeralds, bro. Like, that build-up be the greatest part of the game in most cases. And when Sonic in base form can beat a supposedly big, bad, important villain without them, I'm not respecting it. I'm sorry, I just can't. To make matters worse, Infinite wasn't even the final boss, bro. The true final boss is just us fighting Eggman with the addition of classic Sonic on our side. And he was over here recycling the same old machines this entire game, bro. Robotnik is lucky he used to be a 100% true threat back in the day. Because if not for that, he would have been here instead. I'm not gonna lie. But on some real stuff, Infinite isn't just a fraud. He's a habitual fumbler. They didn't even have to get witty and outsmart his theatrics. This boy was beat literally by the power of friendship.
Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Last.
Not you losing to the power of friendship. I mean, he might just be a fraud. Ronan. Alright, now we're back to my topic. Ronan. Yeah, that dude was fake. I ain't gonna lie.
The power of friendship.
That
Say
dude
wallahi,
is
bro.
a
Say
fraud.
wallahi.
That dude
Last,
is a
and
fraud.
most definitely least, Ronan the Accuser. Main villain of Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Not much to talk about this movie. I mean, it's pretty good. Not better than 2 or 3 though. I'm gonna just state the obvious. Just a team meeting each other and the entire movie is just one long chase down for the orb that contained the Power Stone. Ronan not compelling or nothing at all. He just wanted to bring war to Xandar because he bored. So he works to try to grab this orb that the Guardians have and make a deal with Thanos. But when it's found out that the Power Stone is in that hoe, he plans to keep it for himself. I understand. I would do the same. It makes sense. It'll make his job easier. Near the end of the movie, Gamora's sister, Nebula, possesses the orb from her and gives it to Ronan, cause she a op. He immediately put the stone onto his hammer, switching up on Thanos, big W, but was ready to rage war on Xandar.
Shit. I'd rather have Roman have a power stone than Thanos. I ain't gonna lie. We all know what Thanos wants that stone for.
Big L. He quickly soloed the Guardians. As he steps out of the den, he gives his monologue about how he finna go crazy on these people until he's interrupted by Star-Lord singing "Ooh Child." He like,
Oh, well, why the fuck you dancing, bro? That's all you had to do.
bro, what you want? I'm distracting your dumb ass. Then Drax and Rocket blast his hammer, causing the Power Stone to blow out of it, with Star-Lord pulling off the interception that could possibly save the galaxy. He's struggling to contain it, so Gamora and him take hands to try to distribute the power better, with Drax and Rocket joining. And these four use the power of homieship to use the Power Stone against
Power
Ronan,
friendship
aiming that dude on the
again.
spot. Tough aura move right here from the crew. I gotta respect that. But dog, this dude Ronan lost to a dance battle. Bro, you quite literally had all the power in your hands to set out and destroy Xandar. And you fumbled it because Peter over here started a two-step to a bop that you or any of these people never heard of. This is why I said he is the last and the least. He is the dumbest and weakest dude here. At least Infinite was trying. Ronan was over here dozing off. It's clear he ain't wanted bad enough. That's it for this vid. If you got more frauds, comment.
I ain't gonna lie. Outside of the Homelander one, I agree with everything. I don't know about Sonic. I'm not a Sonic fan, so Sonic fans, you let me know in the comments down below if he's valid for that. But Homelander, I disagree with. And Roman, yeah, nah, I agree with that. I ain't gonna lie. Like, all you had to do was just go, fed it. You win. But no, you sat there and watched Peter Quill dance you for you to get wiped out, bro. By the power of friendship. You sorry. But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. I got nothing else to say, so I'll see y'all later. Peace.